We're back in action, module number 3 coming at you. And I am more excited than usual. It's past my caffeine hours. I am just so inspired by how timing of things work sometimes. So I literally just got off the phone. I had a coaching call with one of my clients who started the program just a couple of weeks ago. And she enrolled her first high ticket client after years and years of having smaller offers and feeling drained by exchanging so much time for so little pay energy. And so I'm super excited to be able to share more, right? Share with more of you how we're doing this. How did she make $5,000 in one day where she was used to earning $3,000 in a month? And just talking to her and hearing the impact that she's making in her new client's life and who invested in her high ticket, it's like this ripple effect is so flippin' huge and massive. So for those of you who are still taking advantage of this free mini course, thank you. I cannot wait for you to succeed and excel and get this out in really empowering ways, because that means that my mission is being fulfilled, your mission is being fulfilled, and we're helping others do the same in some way. So, like I said, I'm super jazzed. We're going to get right into module number 3 today, which is how to formulate, how do we package, how do we price, how do we position your next high ticket offer. So let's do a really quick recap. Day 1, we got more clear on why you're doing this, right? We thought about all the successes that you've had. We realized that it really is necessary that you go out and solve a big problem. And yesterday, or in the last module, we talked about you as an expert, as someone who's had so much success, and it's now your duty to be able to turn around and help other people make an investment, something that's going to change their life, not just a $5 t-shirt, right? So we're going to talk about what is inside of that priceless, high-ticket, life-changing offer or service or product. I want to go back to the assignment I gave you yesterday, though, which was to hunt for feathers. How many of you did that? Be honest. Okay, how many did you see? Now, the first time I did this, I had a mentor ask me to do this, and I saw a bird in the sky that day, and I was like, oh, I don't know how many feathers a bird has, but like, I'm just gonna tell her, like, I saw some feathers, it was on a bird, it was flying through the sky. And this time, when I did the exercise, just in the last 24 hours, I've seen like hundreds of feathers, and I haven't even gone outside. It's really rainy, the birds aren't out, I didn't see any feathers on the ground, right? So how did I see thousands of feathers, hundreds of thousands of feathers? Well, yesterday I was wearing a down vest, and inside of my down vest were a bunch of feathers keeping me warm. And then at night, I put my head down on a pillow that was full of feathers. And I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw some girl had posted she got like a dream catcher tattoo that had a lot of feathers on it. A dream catcher tattoo on Instagram, and I get to count that as seeing my feathers? And the answer is absolutely yes. That exercise is to help you identify, are you being creative? Are you open to new ideas? Are you seeing potential? Are your eyes really open to creativity? Right? Because the first time I did this, I never thought you could count your pillow as feathers, but just because I couldn't see it, I couldn't touch it, it didn't look like the feather that I thought I was supposed to be looking for, there are feathers literally supporting me all of the time. And there are opportunities to find them, to use them, to share them. And this is exactly the type of priming we want your brain to be having, this opportunity obsession almost in this phase of your business development, because if you're not willing to be creative, to think a little bit outside of the box or inside of the pillow, it's going to be much more challenging to think about what your high ticket offer is. All right. So if you don't think you saw any feathers, take this new mindset and just be a little more keen, a little more aware of what feathers actually mean, right? And it's really just about identifying opportunities that are under our nose, but we can't quite see them or get our hands on them, because it's going to be a really important muscle to apply and to use as we're building your next high ticket offer. All right, so again, no judgment if that didn't go exactly, if that was like a weird, if that was a weird assignment for you. But again, I want you to keep in mind, I'm doing everything I can to build you up to that next most profitable starting point, that next offer you're going to sell, right? We couldn't do the expert work if we didn't do the mindset work of identifying all of your successes. And we're not going to be able to stack on top of that your offer if you don't have the mindset, the expertise, and also the creativity flowing, all right? Now I want to circle back to some of the other assignments that you did though, because just like we're going to build on top of your dream life / real life list, right? The actual pain points and dreams and words and phrases that the people you want to target or help are talking about. Okay, we're going to go back to that list, and we're also going to go back to that list of people we talked about yesterday who are operating in a similar space or who might be a good collaborator for you, because these are the bases of market research. Now, I have a friend who works full-time. She'll always have a job in market research because we can always be learning and exploring and experimenting with new products and services in the market. We can always be learning more about our people in the services and the problems that we have. But today, let's talk a little bit about just the basics that we need and can be a small part of our weekly strategic plan or the work that we do. So go ahead and go to that dream life and real life list. And as you're looking at where people are in their real life, the challenges, the frustrations, the pain points, and then also look at where they want to be. What are they talking about? What are they dreaming about? That gap in between from where they are to where they want to be, you're going to start building the stepping stones in between, okay? Your priceless offer is a bridge from real life into dream life, okay? So maybe that will help you think about too, like they need these 5 steps, or they need these few things to help them get from where they are to where they want to be. Now, the other piece that I want you to think about is these people on your list are not always the folks you're going to be working directly with, right? The people that you're getting information from, you're hearing their pain points. So when I talk about creating a high ticket offer, I'm just talking about one leg of your life and your business. The reason why I'm so passionate about high ticket is just like I told you with my client Steph. Like, she can go from earning $3,000 a month to earning $5,000 in a day because she has this valuable package. She has this offer out there. Yet now she has a completely new energy when she goes to teach her yoga classes and volunteer in her community and be with her partner even. And so we build one high ticket offer so that you are able to go out and do a lot of other things with abundance, with generosity, without strings attached, without that bad energy of like, oh, why am I giving you so much when I'm not receiving so much? But we know our income and our money is consistent and taken care of when we have a high ticket offer on the table. So another example is a school teacher I worked with last year, and she was done with the traditional working in a school situation, and she had become very passionate about social-emotional learning. So in her classroom, she's like, I just want to teach them how to be friends and how to communicate, how to meditate, and be mindful little people. And I said, great, we can still accomplish that. And so we built a high-ticket meditation course. And she priced it at about $5,000. She sells 3 of those a month, and she is far beyond her former school salary. And now, because she's not teaching full-time and exhausted and a little bit cranky about, the time and energy exchange, she gets to teach yoga, meditation. She gets to teach meditation to teenage girls in her free time. And so I'm telling you this to tell you that your high-ticket offer is not your everything. Right? It's just like putting everything into one person, right? You're supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to be my mom. You're supposed to be my cheerleader. You're supposed to be my drinking buddy. You're supposed to help me when I'm here. No, we have a lot of people in our life to support us. Just like I hope you have a lot of passions and a lot of things happening in your life that your high ticket offer is not the only, it doesn't need to include every single thing you're passionate about. What it really needs to be doing is it needs to be solving a problem. So let's use the school teacher example here. So when she started, she was the heaven or the dream life was like, she was talking about middle school students, and the real life was, she was like using middle school students' language. And I said, this is amazing. This is great. I want to, help middle school students get from anxiety, being stressed, not sleeping at night, to being more mindful, more patient human beings. But this is not going to be our high ticket offer. And so I want you to keep that in mind too, that you're looking for a viable problem that you can solve. I call this the bleeding neck. And the bleeding neck means that people are walking around with blood gushing out of their neck. They don't know what else they can do, but they know they need surgery. They need something drastic. They need to invest in solving this bleeding neck problem. And guess what? Middle schoolers don't know even blood is like whatever, okay? They have so many other priorities. They don't have $5,000. They're not going to invest in your high ticket thing. So we take market research to a new level. So if you're thinking about working with people or creating something for, even like public sector, I've worked with a lot of schools with high tickets, like having a hip hop artist do consulting workshops and like charging thousands of dollars for that, but it wasn't his first viable place. So your first viable high ticket offer needs to be for a bleeding neck, for a problem and a consumer that knows they need to invest in surgery. Okay, they're at their wits' end. It is time for a change, and they have the resources. So this is going to be your next layer of market research: is going out and seeing what problems exist for these people that you're talking about. So let me give you another example. A client came to me, a travel agent, and she had been working with couples who wanted to plan their vacation, right? Just like millennial couples who cared about meaningful experiences. She helped them package their travel. However, they were only willing to pay a couple $100, right? Especially millennials. We can easily Google ideas and we can book our own travel with lots of outside places, but she got a few people that were like, I just want to hand this off. I'm busy, plan my trip. And so she came to me and she was like, I think I just need to change my niche. I think I need to find people who like are going on a honeymoon and they'll be willing to pay me more. And I said, well, maybe. Let's go out. Let's do some more market research. Let's look at the landscape. And the truth of it was that there really isn't, also newlyweds aren't really that willing to pay very much more. She asked a lot of people that she knew in her network. She looked at other travel agents and there just wasn't this need. There wasn't a problem. So I said, you've been thinking about your niche like people, right? Like millennial couples or honeymoon couples or people who are retired, right? That you were just planning trips for these people, but there isn't a high ticket here. There isn't a bleeding neck. They can go get a Band-Aid on Google. So what if we started thinking about positioning with other people? Okay, so maybe B2B, maybe business to business. Maybe you need to help brands connect with these people more. Or maybe you need to help corporations and businesses plan their travel, right? So we can take these same issues when it comes to planning sustainable and affordable travel, but we can position it with people who have the needs or a bleeding neck, the means, right? So who have the funds or the bleeding neck. So this is not an overnight look for feathers, wake up in the morning, have the answer. But having that feather mentality and being out in the landscape of your offer, whether it's looking at, your collaborator list, how are they positioning their offer? What are their price points? Who specifically do they work with? You might learn that all these travel agents you're following actually don't plan trips. They have products, they have courses, they have consultants, they are a brand partner, right? There's so many ways that we think, oh, a travel agent works this way. In order to sustain themselves. So go out and start taking a better look at how other people are positioned. Who do they actually have an offer for? And what is it priced at? Not to say that's what you're going to duplicate, but again, you're on this feather hunt. Your brain is going to be doing the work. Now, the next step is as far as pricing and packaging. I want you, again, we're going to start with a little mindset thing. I want you to know exactly how much money you're working towards each month. So a common number I've heard from a lot of you in this group, in this program, is that you want to hit your first $10,000 a month. That's an easy number to work with, so let's just use that. I want the number $10,000, right? I want it on a sticky note on your desk. I want it on your steering wheel. I want it on the cover of your phone. So you are always looking at that number, $10,000. And then I want you to be reciting this affirmation. If you've been following me, you've heard this before. I'm sharing it again because it works. I want you to repeat after me and yourself over and over throughout the days, throughout the months. I am so happy and grateful that $10,000 is easily deposited into my bank account every month. It's even better if you can make it rhyme. So maybe you could also say, I am so happy and grateful that 10 grand is coming from my raving fans. Okay, that kind of rhymes. But we want to give your brain a $10,000 problem, because what will your brain do then? It will come up with a $10,000 solution. It's true. Have you guys ever had this experience? For me, it always happens on like airplanes or in the shower. When I've been like, I'm grateful for this, or like I have to think of this new thing, or like brainstorming and researching, and then I'm doing something totally mindless, and boom, do a group program, or boom, create a product, or boom, collaborate with this person. It just comes to me. Well, it doesn't just come to me. My brain has been going and working and finding the solution. This is even true if you're, like this happens to me all the time, where I'll forget someone's name. And I'll be like, oh my God, Will, what is Will's last name? No, it'll come to me. Okay, your brain is like shuffling through the files, problem solving. Smith, Will Smith, his name is Will Smith. Okay, the same thing is gonna happen with your high ticket offer. If you're putting in these efforts, if you have a good understanding of your market's real life and their dream life, if you know other people and how they're talking about it, how they're positioned, if you're constantly thinking about, do I need to market this to business owners? Do I need to market this to parents? Do I need to market this to organizations? Okay, don't think that this needs to happen overnight, because your brain is working on it. And the biggest shortcut is to talk to someone in the industry. Talk to a mentor, talk to someone succeeding in this space who has the lifestyle that you want. So for me, my mentors have never been like stay-at-home mompreneurs or business coaches that have like 5 kids, okay? Because that's not exactly the lifestyle I have right now, or the one I had been working towards. But you know, especially on this collaborator list that you're creating, there are people who are doing it in this space. So you can look to them, or you can talk to an expert, right? Someone that knows how to build businesses around just about anything. And so we're going to get into that more. So today's assignment is really to be looking at your dream life and your real life list, thinking about what's the bridge. And then also really brainstorming around the people or the opportunities that have that bleeding neck, who are at their wits' end, who are ready to invest, who are probably already looking for you. Because this mentality and this approach is going to make our next module, which is all about sales scripts, enrollment process, how to acquire these clients, whether they're individuals or corporations or brands or schools. We're going to be talking all about client acquisition in the next training. So today, I really just want you to let your brain go. I want you to work on that affirmation. Give your brain that number it's working towards, and trust the process. If this feels uncomfortable, if this is woo-woo, or you just really want A plus B equals your C, offer, reach out to me. We could do a little bit of workshopping, because I know there's power in collaborative brainstorming. However, I want you to be able to trust yourself, trust that you can find the feather, that you can identify the problem that you're going to solve and position it for the right people. Okay, we're going to be back tomorrow with even more clarity. Again, we're going to keep building on these things. It all works together, right? You got to have the confidence that you're going to come up with the idea. You got to feel like the expert that's going to be approaching the right folks. And now we can finally build on, pieces of this offer. We still have 2 more modules to get more clear on it. All right, if you guys have questions, remember, this is your opportunity to reach out to me, to brainstorm, to springboard ideas off of me. And remember that we are doing this in a highly meditated, highly strategic, on-purpose way. I'm not just sitting here and saying, here's your cookie cutter, here's your cookie cutter, good luck, go do it, get rich quick. No, we're making sure that this is filling a need that is going to be easy to sell, to get out, and that it also aligns with the lifestyle you want. Cool? All right, send me your questions to Hanna@dreamlifeisreallife.com, and we will be back very soon with the number 4 module, which will be client acquisition, sales scripts, and enrollment automation. All right, until then, I'll talk to some of you soon. Be sure to submit your assignments, even if you're a little bit behind. I'll still take week or module 1, module 2, and now module 3. If you want to start sending me how you want to price and package, who it's for, what problem it solves, bring it to me, and I'll be happy to give you feedback. And we're also going to kind of expand on this conversation tomorrow once you get those wheels turning.